This kid, Jeremiah Fears out of Oklahoma. Are you ready for this? Kyrie Irving. When I watched that brother, Jeremiah Fears, by the way, she is my birthday, October 14th.
I was first team all freshman SEC, averaged 17 points per game. I'm the best point guard in this draft class.
With the 7th pick in the 2025 NBA draft, the New Orleans Pelicans select Jeremiah Fears.
Just a year ago, with one whole year of high school left, this 6'4" hoop sensation decided to bet on himself and took the risk, going to college a whole year early. And despite being one of the youngest players in all of college basketball, he had his way in one of the most elite conferences. Now this is a player that's been had all the intangibles to be an absolute problem on the court since a kid, and since day one, he was willing to go over and beyond to put in the work to make his dreams come true of becoming an NBA pro, but also has somebody pretty close to him that sacrificed his hoop dreams to help him pursue his. This is the Jeremiah Fears story. Born on October 14, 2006 in Joliet, Illinois, Jeremiah Fears, at a very early age, would really become inspired and take after somebody pretty special to him, which so happened to be his father, Jeremy Fears Sr., as he was a former basketball phenom whose hard work allowed him to play basketball collegiately at Ohio University, where there he secured Mid-American Conference All-Freshman honors in 2005. He would average 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists per game in 51 games. His hard work would later pay off once he was able to take his talents overseas and play basketball professionally. And as a toddler, Jeremiah would come to his dad's practices, where he instantly became intrigued with the game of basketball.
I think I was in Austria, if I'm not mistaken at the time, but I was playing professionally over there. He was probably 2-3 years old. He was always had a basketball team. He was coming to my practices, dribbling the basketball up and down the hallways and the gym, on the court, rolling on the floor on top of the basketball. So definitely at a super young age.
I was there overseas for about 4 years, and then I ended up coming back and kind of finishing out school and really taking my basketball journey serious once I moved back.
And so once his dad's hoop career all came to an end, he was all in when instilling all of his basketball knowledge into Jeremiah, his older brother Jeremy, and his little brother Jamari. Now Jeremiah's dedication towards the game of basketball became very evident at a young age, and he had a certain type of work ethic and focus that most kids his age just didn't have. As he got older, he would thrive when playing up in the older age groups, because in middle school, when Jeremiah was just a 6th grader, he would play up on the 8th grade team with his older brother, despite being pretty undersized. And it's safe to say that Jeremiah stole the show in every single game, as he was able to average 26 points per contest and show why he was one of the most talented up-and-coming kids coming out of Illinois. He was an elite ball handler, which allowed him to get to the basket at will, but was also deadly from 3 and showed a lot of comfortability from deep, which made him hard to guard. Coming into high school, he stood at 6 foot tall and would continue to thrive while being pretty poised on the varsity crew at Juliet West. As a freshman, he played the game while operating at the point guard position, super poised and under control, and just ultimately knew how to put pressure on the defense. And because of that, Division I offers would start coming in, with Illinois being among one of his top ones. As a sophomore, while standing at 6'2", he would go on to share the backcourt with his older brother Jeremy, who had already worked his way up into being considered a 5-star recruit, a McDonald's All-American, and Michigan State commit. Together, the two of them would dominate on a gamely basis. As a junior, Jeremiah would make the decision to transfer to AZ Campus Prep in Chandler, Arizona, and while standing at 6'3" and 175 pounds, he would average 14 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals per contest. At this point in time, he had become a consensus 4-star recruit prospect as a top 25 guard in the 2025 recruiting class. Now in January of 2024, he committed to join Illinois in 2025 over offers from Providence, Kansas, Michigan, and Ole Miss. That summer, he would play AAU in the EYBL circuit. There, he just showed where he was a true floor general that competed on both sides of the basketball, but was someone who made his teammates better. He was a big help in his crew making it into the Peace Gym, where he averaged 21 points, 4 rebounds, and and 2 assists per contest. However, on July 1st, Fears made the decision to decommit from Illinois and then proceeded to commit to the University of Oklahoma and reclassified into the 2024 recruiting class. On November 4th, 2024, Fears debuted for Oklahoma and recorded 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists, and 2 steals off the bench against Lindenwood. And he would continue to come off the bench until Oklahoma's 4th game against East Texas A&M on November 21st, where he tallied on a game-high 20 points. In the 2024 Battle for Atlantis tournament, he really turned a lot of heads, as not only did he lead his crew to an upset win over number 24th ranked Arizona in the semifinals with 26 points, he led his crew to the championship game while maintaining averages of 19 points, 5 assists, and 3 steals in the tournament, which ultimately allowed him to earn himself all tournament team honors as well as being named the SEC Freshman of the Week. Now, during his freshman campaign, what really set him apart from a lot of guards was his potential he showed in his decision making in the half-court setting, and just had a knack on knowing when to make the right play. And once he got hot, it was no looking back, as he could shoot the ball from practically anywhere once he really got going. His quick first step really made it hard for the defense to truly guard him. He also thrived on getting to the rack and finishing through all type of contact throughout the whole entire season. In the Jumpman Invitational, Fears posted a career-high 30 points, including a game-winning 4-point play after being fouled on a made three-pointer with 11 seconds remaining. That all allowed him to become the first Oklahoma true freshman since Trae Young in 2018 to score 30 plus points. Now, he did have his share of struggles through a tough SEC conference at times, but his overall upside superseded the flaws in his game. Now, for his freshman campaign, he would average 17 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists to go along with 2 steals per contest, while shooting 43% from the field and 28% from 3 on 4 attempts per contest. So after leading his crew to the NCAA March Madness tournament, where he would put up 20 points in a loss against UConn in the first round, it had already been clear that he would be selected in the lottery of the 2025 NBA draft. And on June 25th, his lifelong goal of becoming an NBA pro would all come true.
In the 2025 NBA draft, the New Orleans Pelicans select Jeremiah Fears from the University of Oklahoma.
Gifted is the word our draft expert Jonathan Gavoni used to describe Jeremiah Fears. I would say swaggy as well.
Jeremiah Fears' ceiling and development is still a long ways to go, as he has some polishing up to do, both offensively and defensively. But with him only being 18 years old, he's definitely going to make the most of his new role down in New Orleans.
10, 15 years looking back, let's say you've had a successful NBA career, accomplished all your goals. What do you think the most important development in that time, will have been the key to really unlocking your full potential?
Really just the experience, continue to go out there and give it your all. You never can know too much, so continuing to learn and share some knowledge with a couple of the other guys, and hopefully the vets share knowledge with me as well, so to continue to help me put myself in the best situation.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Jeremiah Fears story.